All right. You made it to 2025. Now what? You got another year ahead of you, another 365 chances to make a move. But let me ask you something. What do you owe to yourself? Not to your boss, not to your family, not to your friends. To you. See, we spend so much time running after things, money, success, validation, a perfect life. But at the end of the day, when you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling, the only person you got to answer to is you. So what kind of deal are you making with yourself this year? Because life's not about waiting for opportunities, it's about creating them. It's about waking up every morning and deciding that today, right now, you're going to get a little better, push a little further, think a little bigger. It's about winning the morning so you can own the day. And let me tell you something. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not some magic moment where everything suddenly clicks. You owe it to yourself to put in the work, to build the habits, to stay disciplined. Because if you don't, if you keep waiting, if you keep telling yourself maybe tomorrow, guess what? That tomorrow never comes. So let's get real for a second. What's stopping you? Fear, doubt, other people's opinions, those things, they don't pay your bills. They don't build your dreams, and they sure as hell don't define you. But you do. Every choice, every action, every moment, you decide what kind of life you're gonna live. So in 2025, don't play it safe. Bet on yourself, take that risk, make that call, start that business, hit the gym. Write the book. Say yes to new opportunities. Say no to the things that drain you, because you owe it to you. And when December 31st rolls around, I want you to look in the mirror and say, damn right I showed up for myself this year. You ready? Let's go get it. You owe it to yourself. Not to your parents, not to your friends, not to society, just you. See, too many people spend their lives chasing approval. They want the applause, the likes, the recognition. But let me ask you, when was the last time you did something just because it mattered to you? Not because someone else would clap for it, not because it looked good on paper, not because it made others proud, but because it made you proud. The moment you stop living for validation is the moment you start living for real. Because here's the truth, people's opinions, they change. One day they cheer for you, the next day they forget you. So why the hell would you build your life on something that fragile? You want freedom, you want purpose, you want success. Take responsibility for your own damn life. No one's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to hand you your dreams on a silver platter. Nobody's going to wake up at 5 a.m. and put in the work for you. That's your job. And when you own that, when you stop waiting for permission to go after what you want, that's when life opens up. That's when you really start to win. Success isn't about waiting. It's about creating. It's about waking up every single day and deciding that today is the day you take a step forward. Not next week, not next year, today. Because waiting, that's just another way of saying, I'm too scared to start. And fear, it's the biggest thief of opportunity. Every day you hesitate is a day you could have been building, a day you could have been learning, a day you could have been winning. But instead you let it slip by, and then what? You look back months later, years later, and realize you're still standing in the same damn spot. Success doesn't work like that. It's not something that knocks on your door. It's not something that falls into your lap. It's something you go out and make happen. One choice at a time, one action at a time, one risk at a time. The people who win in life aren't the ones who sat around waiting for the stars to align. They're the ones who got up and moved before they were ready. They started the business, they took the shot, they made the call, and guess what? They failed. They got knocked down, but they got back up, and they kept creating, kept pushing, kept showing up, because that's how success is built. Not in the waiting, in the doing. Nobody is coming to save you. Read that again. Not your parents, not your friends, not some miracle moment where everything magically falls into place. If you're waiting for someone to come along and fix your life, you're wasting time, because the only person who can change your life is you. Nobody else is responsible for your dreams. Nobody else is responsible for your discipline. Nobody else is responsible for your success. That's your job. And yeah, life can be unfair. Maybe you didn't get the best start. Maybe you've been dealt a tough hand, but guess what? That doesn't change the fact that it's still your hand to play. You can complain about it, you can make excuses, you can wait around hoping that someday, somehow things will just get better, or you can decide that starting today, you're taking control. Your habits, your mindset, your actions. That's where your power is, and the second you stop expecting someone else to do the work for you, that's the second you start winning. So stop waiting, stop blaming, stop hoping someone will come along and change everything for you, because they won't, but you can. And when you do, when you finally take full ownership of your life, that's when everything really starts to change. Tomorrow is a lie. It's the easiest excuse in the book. I'll start next week. I'll do it when I feel ready. When the timing is right, I'll make my move. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. There never was, there never will be. And if you keep waiting for it, you'll be waiting forever. Because every time tomorrow comes, you'll find another reason to push it to the next day. And the next. And the next, until one day you wake up and realize that all those tomorrows have turned into years, and you're still in the same place, still waiting. Still wishing, still hoping that one day things will magically fall into place, but life doesn't work like that. Success doesn't work like that. The only thing that works is starting before you're ready, starting when it's messy, starting when it's uncomfortable. Because action creates momentum. Momentum creates progress, and progress creates change. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more perfect conditions. You just need to start right here, right now. Because the truth is, if you don't do it today, you probably never will. Fear and doubt don't pay your bills. They don't build your dreams. They don't create your future. So why the hell are you letting them control your decisions? Every time you hesitate, every time you hold back, every time you tell yourself, what if I fail? You're letting fear run your life. And for what? To stay comfortable, to avoid risk, to keep yourself from looking stupid? Let me tell you something. Comfort never built anything worth having. And fear is a liar. It whispers worst-case scenarios in your ear. It convinces you that failure is the end. It makes you believe that staying in the same place is somehow safer than moving forward. But you know what's really dangerous? Waking up 5 years from now and realizing you let fear steal your potential, realizing you played it small, realizing you never took the shot. Fear won't put food on your table. Doubt won't create opportunities. Playing it safe won't build the life you want. Only action does that. Only courage. Only the willingness to feel the fear and do it anyway. Because fear doesn't go away. Doubt doesn't disappear. But you can get stronger, you can get bolder, you can decide right now that fear is no longer in the driver's seat, that from this moment forward, you're making the calls. Because the only thing worse than failing is never even trying. Take risks and bet on yourself, because if you don't, who will? If you keep playing it safe, you'll stay exactly where you are. Same routine, same struggles, same dreams collecting dust because you were too afraid to chase them. And for what? To avoid failure? To avoid rejection? To avoid looking like a fool? Let me tell you something. Regret is a hell of a lot worse than failure. Regret will eat at you. It will haunt you. It will make you wonder what if for the rest of your life. And that's no way to live, because the people who make it, the ones who win, they aren't the ones who played it safe. They're the ones who took a chance, who stepped out before they were ready, who said, screw it, I'm going for it. And yeah, sometimes they failed, sometimes they fell flat on their face, but they got back up. They learned, they adapted, and eventually they won. Because every risk you take comes with two possibilities. You either win or you learn. Both move you forward, both make you stronger, both get you closer to the life you want. But if you never take the shot, if you never roll the dice on yourself, then nothing changes. You stay stuck. You stay dreaming instead of doing. So take the risk, make the move, bet on yourself, because you might just wake up one day and realize it was the best decision you ever made. Finish 2025 with no regrets. No excuses. No, I wish I had started sooner. No, I should have tried harder. Make sure that by the time the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it my all. Because time doesn't slow down for anyone. You don't get to rewind the year and do it over. You don't get to rewind the year and do it over. You don't get to second chance at today once it's gone. So what are you waiting for? Another sign, another perfect moment, another reason to put it off? You've had enough of those. You already know what you need to do. You already know what's been holding you back. And deep down, you already know that nothing changes unless you do. So start now, push harder, wake up earlier, stay disciplined, make moves, not excuses, because if you keep waiting for motivation, you'll waste another year, and when December comes around, you'll either be proud of how far you've come, or you'll be standing in the same place, making the same empty promises. It's up to you. But know this, 2025 will pass no matter what. The question is, will you own it? Or will you let it slip away like all the years before? 1 year from now, make sure you can say, damn right, I gave it everything I had. So here's the deal. You owe it to yourself to show up, to do the work, to take the risks, to stop waiting and start living. Because no one's going to hand you the life you want. No one's going to drag you to success. It's you versus you every single day. And the question is, will you step up? Will you take control? Will you look back on this year and know without a doubt that you gave it everything? Because if you do that, if you commit, if you push, if you refuse to quit, then I promise you by the time 2025 ends, you won't just be better, you'll be unstoppable.